Hey, we are back and we think it's episode 57, yet to be determined. But we're pretty sure, and we're doing pizza two different ways.
With pineapple, due to public demand.
Due to public demand, as I'm so grateful for, we're making a pineapple freaking pizza because I love pineapple on pizza, and I love it done this way specifically, thanks to the Aloha Pump Pizza, I think they called it, or the South Pacific at Jolly Pumpkin. That was my favorite pizza. Who's buzzing me? Don't buzz me. My Fitbit can go bite it today. I walked 6.5 miles. It can take the afternoon off. That's all I'm saying. We're doing two different kinds of pizzas. One of them is going to be pineapple, and the other one's going to be a barbecue pulled pork pizza. But really, what the difference is one's going to be made with a pizza dough, and the other one is going to be made, we want pizza, and we don't have pizza dough, and we only have some tortillas. How do we make a pizza? So we're going to do that one too, real quick. I made this dough. I don't want to put the recipe on there because there's a bunch of just really super basic pizza doughs. But more importantly than that, a lot of pizza places will sell you one of these for like $3. Trader Joe's does one for like less than $2. They're really great. You don't have to get the mixer out. You don't have to get all the flour out. You just let it rise for an hour in your oven with the light on, which turns your oven to this box of about 80 degrees, nice and toasty. Get it to rise.
Oh, and so you don't even put a temperature on, you just turn the light on.
Turn the light on.
Okay.
Yeah, and give it an hour in an oiled bowl. See, there's some, it's shiny because there was oil in there. Mm-hmm. So I made this one because I was too lazy to go to a pizza place. Which is really two kinds of laziness, just kind of fighting it out, because I would really rather just go to a pizza place instead of making the dough. But whatever. So here we are. I'm gonna roll it out and get it as thin as we can. Roll from the center, and pull to the sides, and pull, and flip it over, do the same to this side. And I know what you're thinking. You want to toss it in the air, don't you?
Do we want to toss it in the air? I want pizza more than I want to see you try to toss it in the air.
Well,
I'm just
you
saying.
want to toss it in the air. This also helps you get a really thin pizza crust. You put your fingers under like this and stretch your fingers out. So I'm going, and I rotate it. Don't just throw this in the air. You got Frisbees for that. You want to stretch. And this is really good for the dough. It'll let you know if your dough's ready because it won't rip. If it rips, your dough's not ready.
And when you say not ready, you mean it hasn't been...
The gluten strands have not developed and it needed to be kneaded more, or it needs to rise more.
Okay.
So now, and this is how you get a thicker crust on the edge and a thinner middle. It's hand-tossed pizza.
I'm the New York school of like the only thing that should be called pizza is the really thin crust stuff. Right. Everything else.
We're making homemade pizza, so it's not going to be totally round either because I don't care.
Yeah, we just care about the top stuff.
I care that it has cornmeal on the bottom. Very particular about that. I like the toasty corn flavor. See, I'm just stretching it out. You kind of hold it there. I am getting some holes. This would have preferred to have rested a little longer. Now when I roll it out.
But I'm hungry for pizza, so I don't even really care.
Right.
It doesn't need to be beautiful.
Me too. Just gonna go and give it a nice little stretch. And there's a couple holes in it. I don't even care. They're not gonna be any problem whatsoever. Stretching out the thicker pieces. Set the bowl aside for another dough to be made later. I got one of these pizza tray things.
What is that?
This is going to allow for a crispy bottom because it's got holes.
Oh, but will your oven be destroyed?
No.
Okay.
No.
It will all hold together. Okay. I'm caring for you and your loved ones because I get the fun of just eating what I want to eat and then running away.
So now, instead of putting on a pizza stone with a bunch of cornmeal, I'm going to press the cornmeal into the crust with the rolling pin.
That's the way to kind of party up if you get a pizza crust, from someplace like Trader Joe's or something.
Yeah.
You essentially made it fancy.
Exactly. Put it on our pizza tray. My oven is at 500 degrees, by the way.
Okay.
Pizza places have their ovens around 900 degrees. Some of them have infrared ovens that now go up to like over 1,000 degrees, and it gets your pizza done in 90 seconds. That is the best way to do pizza. I also don't have pizza sauce, so I'm using this jar of Rayo's pasta sauce. I had it left over.
We should have asked our neighbor next door. They have a pizza oven outside. Sue does. We have a very cookie neighborhood.
I don't want to make it too wet because that will make a soggy pizza. I want soggy pizza.
I like that little pan. That's a
now-
good idea.
Ham. Yeah, the pan is great because it lets air in the bottom. If you were to do a sheet tray, you would bake the top faster than the bottom and the crust, and that might leave you with some soggy dough in the middle. We don't want that.
Ham and pineapple.
And Rayo's sauce, that's the first one for me.
So the secret when you made this that blew my mind was you explained to me why the pineapple needs to be dried.
Right. So again, with the sogginess of the crust, we want to put some toppings on there without making the top too wet. When it comes to the dried pineapple, we've used dehydrated pineapple, and it's a sweetened dehydrated, so that it has all the great flavor, but all of the water has been taken out of it, and it's going to caramelize, and it's fantastic.
And it's almost like a little chewy caramelized piece of something totally different.
It's like the best part of candied bacon.
Yeah.
It has the same kind of texture. And if you use, when I get a pineapple pizza, and sometimes I would ask for banana peppers and double pineapple, depending on how mad I am at the universe. And sometimes it would come and just be a soggy mess because the pineapple lets go of all of its water, and then you don't have a nice crispy pizza, and then I get sad all over again.
Well, now I've started to kind of clock it. I know when somebody's used dried pineapple.
I'm doing a little bit of red onion, a little bit of white. Yeah, dried onion, it's not very common. Want it to happen. Banana peppers.
I'm so for this.
Evenly disperse the toppings, please. Okay. Mozzarella.
And I really thank your audience for backing me up on this stance because it's what resulted in me getting to eat pineapple peanut
I don't
pizza.
recall seeing any naysayers.
I think they were afraid. I think the fact that I was talking about setting people on fire might have caused them to.
You think? I don't know, maybe that was it. All right, I'm going to throw this in the oven until it's done.
500 degrees.
And when it's done, I'll tell you how many minutes it was in for, because I have no idea. But we're going
Okay.
to make the quesadilla pizza right now. That one's in, getting happy. Now
So
you're
this
like,
is I have several things, but not all the things pizza.
right. Don't have the dough, don't have the time to make the dough, don't want to deal with it. Maybe I don't know, just don't want to deal with the pizza dough. I get it. I don't want to deal with it all the time either. So we're going to do a quesadilla pizza, which is 2 tortilla shells with some cheese in the middle. And then this is going to become our pizza crust. It's going to be nice and crispy. It's kind of like a quesadilla pizza.
Yeah.
This is also a really great way to deal with leftovers. So I'm making leftovers out of some really amazing pulled pork from I don't know where, maybe Duke's Barbecue. And
I did have the pulled porks from Duke's Barbecue this weekend, and it was awesome.
and I'm using thank you. And I'm using barbecue sauce for my sauce, red onion, the banana peppers, and then some cheddar cheese on top. You can get the family and the kids involved making their crust, and they can put all the toppings on however they want. Remember, don't weigh it down. We don't want a soggy pizza. We want a nice crispy one. Here we go.
So that's the barbecue sauce? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay.
And then pulled pork. It's cold, so it doesn't look very lovely.
But it tastes amazing.
But yeah, when this all bakes up, it's so amazing.
I imagine you could also do something like maybe roast chicken. Like, what meat do you have left over?
For sure. Sausage would be great on this. Kielbasa. Can you imagine smoked kielbasa pizza? Hello. I love that. That's a nice topping. Yeah.
Oh, that pulled pork is so good. And the whole meal. Anyway,
It's like
I'm not paid as an advertiser.
we're
but
just having a moment.
I'm just going to say that if you make friends with Duke on Facebook, that
Good things can
and
happen.
you live in this neighborhood, that you may very well get on the pulled pork sliders train, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. I was so overwhelmed by the idea of pulled pork.
Yeah. What else do we want to put in here? Cheddar. I think cheddar cheese on this would be good. Cheddar's what I put between the tortilla slices.
Always for more cheese.
Yeah.
So is this going to go in the same heated oven?
Yeah. This will go on the bottom rack. Also at 500 degrees till it's done. I imagine this one will be about 10 minutes at 500 degrees.
You really just want the cheese to melt.
Yeah, and for all of this to just be nice and saucy. All right. On to the sheet tray. This one's just on a lined sheet tray because I don't have two of those fancy pizza things.
I love how quick all this is.
Look at that pizza in there poofing up. It's looking lovely. Might have to make another one. We'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, that went really quick. It was about 8 or 9 minutes, and our pizzas are done. I'm going to pull out the pineapple pizza first, and it's amazing.
They smell so freaking good. Oh, hello.
Look at that.
We're going to come in close to look at that. That's like a real live pizza.
It's a real live pizza. I know, right? So
That's
I whipped the
amazing.
dough together. I just pulled the basic pizza dough, dry yeast version off of the internet and whipped it together, and that's what I had. But I would have preferred to have gotten my lazy ass up to a pizza place and bought one of their doughs for $3 or $4, whatever they want. Lots of pizza places will do it, and it's really great. You don't have to get the mixer out. I had to haul the mixer out, haul the mixer back, and all the things. And I'd open up a 25-pound bag of flour, so you know I was super miffed about that, and wore half of it.
But it all worked out because that smells amazing.
But
and
I need to
think
shut
it's
up
gonna
because
be,
I have a beautiful
Yeah.
pizza now.
Yeah.
So you can get the pizza dough from a pizza place, whip that up for dinner, pile a bunch of leftovers on it, or some candied dried pineapple, because that's amazing. I'm gonna get the other pizza out before I totally forget about it.
We're going to see what the other one looks like.
Barbecue pulled pork pizza.
Of course it is. Oh, that looks really good too. Oh, and look how it kind of crisped up.
Oh yeah, and the cheese in the middle is like that super
Oh,
nice
snap.
blistered cheddar cheese.
That smells amazing
yeah.
too.
Having a big old piece of each of them.
Oh yeah. We'll take a beauty shot so y'all can see. But you need to wrap it up, Chef, because I'm going to eat these things.
All right, someone's gonna lose a finger in the cutting process, I'm sure. See you tomorrow for episode 48-ish or whatever, and we're taking hummus
48,
in a
like
new,
58.
58.
Yeah.
See,
We're
We
way
don't even
past
know.
that.
We don't even know
Time
anymore.
has no meaning.
But I do know what I want to make tomorrow, and it's gonna be awesome. It is a hot buttered hummus
What?
from this restaurant in Philadelphia called Zahav.
Okay.
We're bringing it here.
All
See you
right.
tomorrow. Thanks.